Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video and welcome back to another topic. Today we are going to discuss about the relationship between language and culture. So we will discuss that what is the relationship between language and culture. First of all, let's just discuss the language. What is the language? As we all know that language is the source of communication, and through language we use to share our ideas, beliefs, and whatever we want to convey, our perception, what we perceive about a specific thing. जो चीज़ भी होती है हम थ्रू लैंग्वेज का जो बेसिक जो फंक्शन है वो कम्युनिकेशन है. देन जस्ट मूव टुवर्ड कल्चर. सो कल्चर क्या है? कल्चर हाउ पीपल बिहेव इन अ सोसाइटी. मतलब कि हाउ पीपल लिव इन सोसाइटी, हाउ दे वियर, हाउ दे ड्रेस, how they style in a society. So culture varies to different countries to countries, you can say, and different cities to cities, and different, you can say, region to region it may change. Then let's just discuss the relationship between language and culture. The relationship between language and culture is complex because both are interlinked. ये दोनों जो है ना एक दूसरे से लिंक्ड है, इसलिए इन दोनों का जो है रिलेशनशिप जो है थोड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स है. So we often mention that often mention a phrase while discussing about both the language and culture. We just say that language is culture and the culture is language. So how we can prove this? If I talk about that, the Sindhi people, hai? Okay, Sindhi people. If I watch a people, how I can imagine, how I can come to know that he is a Sindhi. He will wear definitely he will wear a Sindhi dress, that a Sindhi topi, and then other kind of thing he will wear. Then I'll come to know that he must be speaking Sindhi language. So from his dressing, from his way of life, from his styling, I'll also come to know that about his language, what language he used to speak. So that's all. So then if I talk about the relationship between language and culture, we have discussed the culture and language through his behavior, through his dress. We'll come to know that his language. अब हम कैसे जानेंगे कि लैंग्वेज और कल्चर कैसे हैं? If I met with a person who is speaking, we must say that he's speaking English. So we will imagine that he belongs to a European culture. So from his language, we can also come to know about the culture. So that's mean that the language and the culture both are interlinked. Then I have mentioned here a line: a particular language points out a particular group of people. So, particular group of people. So, one language points of the specific group of people. When we communicate with each other, it doesn't mean that we are just communicating. We are also knowing about each other culture as well. We are also get to know how they believe when we are communicating. It's not mean that when we are learning a language, we are just learning alphabets and the sentence structure and the pronunciation of specific language. No, it also means that we are also learning the culture as well. So for example, it is if I talk about the Punjabi language, in Punjabi language there is more slang words are used. They use to for their elders and their for their younger siblings as well. But if I talk about the language we commonly use, that we use give respect. We sometimes use respect, give respect to others. For example, in western countries, they just used uncle word for their every relation. चाहे वो उनका मामू हो, चाचा हो, ताया हो, जो भी हो, वो उसके लिए क्या यूज़ करेंगे? अंकल यूज़ करेंगे. But in our culture we have different words, different हमने उनको नाम दिए होते हैं। मामू के रिश्ते के लिए हमने मामू का वर्ड्स यूज़ करते हैं। इसी तरह जो चाचू होते हैं उनके लिए अलग, फिर चाचू का जो हमारे ताया होते हैं उनके लिए अलग। लेकिन जो वेस्टर्न कल्चर में होता है, वेस्टर्न कल्चर में क्या है, वो जो है वो सबके लिए अंकल और आंट यूज़ करेंगे, दैट्स इट। उनका बस ये होता है। देन okay, when learning or teaching a language, it is important the culture where language belong be referenced. So दैट्स मीन के जब हम कोई लैंग्वेज लर्न कर रहे हैं तो उसके कल्चर को भी रेफर करना चाहिए, बिकॉज लैंग्वेज इज़ वेरी मच ingrained with the culture. For example, different caste system have different beliefs. It is important to learn about their culture as well. For example, in Pakistan, women used to wear kameez shalwar, and the some people we can also remember the Pakhtun family. In Pathans, they wear such a type of gown which cover whole face, their whole body. So this is in their culture. In our culture, we just wear a baya and then wore a hijab, then that's it. We don't wear any veil. It is okay in our culture, but in our culture it is more commonly used uh, jeans and tops. Most girls are wearing because no one is asking them why you are wearing, because this is no, in their culture. We can ask any पख्तून woman, आपने ये क्यों पहना हुआ है, हम किसी पे ये सवाल नहीं उठा सकते, बिकॉज दिस इज इन देयर कल्चर। अब ये उनके कल्चर में है, वो एक चीज़ कल्चर को कल्चर के लिहाज से वो उसको परसीव कर रहे हैं। अब देन द पैरा लैंग्वेज, पैरा लैंग्वेज की अगर हम बात करें, ये भी एक कल्चर से लिंक्ड होते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल पैरा लैंग्वेज होती क्या है? पैरा लैंग्वेज इज स्पेसिफिक टू कल्चर देवर कम्युनिकेशन एथनिक ग्रुप्स कैन लीड। अगर हम पैरा लैंग्वेज जो होती हैं, बॉडी जेस्चर्स वगैरह, जो वॉइस टोन्स वगैरह होती हैं, ये पैरा लैंग्वेज में आती हैं। अब जो है हर सोसाइटी के हर एक कम्युनिटी के अपने जो है ना पैरा लैंग्वेज होते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल इन चाइनीज़, यहाँ चाइनीज़, अगर हम चाइनीज़ किसी से मिलते हैं ना, देन इफ़ वी मेट देम द फर्स्ट टाइम एंड देन आई आस्क देम टू वट सिट वेयर यू वांट, नो, देयर इज़ अ प्रॉपर हायरार्की इन देयर कल्चर। वहाँ पे जो बैठने के लिए जो सोशल स्टेटस है ना, उसको मद्देनज़र रखा जाता है। जो हायर लेवल वाला होगा वो पहले बैठेगा, जो लोअर लेवल होगा वो उसके बाद जो सबसे लोअर का, इस तरह करके उसकी हायरार्की होती है। अब जो है वॉइसेस एंड टोन and other communication tools which are used to emphasize or to alter what you want to say. These are specific technique that used and that can be learned by observing others. For example, the in many countries the lower tone is acceptable while the higher tone is not acceptable. And they also, if we want to emphasize our wording, what we want to say, we can also alter our tone. For example, my mother changed her language while she's anger, and she used to switch her into her native language and just indicate that she's in anger. So this is also what we perceive by observing other. And the same like this, the body language, which is also known as kinesis, and is important most obvious type of the para language. And for example, when someone blow up her eyes and ask to what is your opinion on this, and this is all the things that we perceive from our society, from our culture. So this is a relationship between language and the culture. Hope you all have liked this concept, my this video. So if you have any query about this video, any, if you have any question, you can ask me in comment section. And if you are new in my channel, then make sure to give to subscribe and press the bell icon, and then thank you so much.